Well, Cheng Lei is making her return to television just 2 months after being released from a Chinese prison. The 48-year-old journalist was reunited with her family in October after more than 3 years behind bars. She's now signed on, we're very proud to say, with Sky News as a presenter and a columnist, and she joins me now from our Melbourne studio. Cheng Lei, thank you so much for your time and welcome. How does this feel?
Oh, thank you so much, Laura. And it's wonderful, of course, to be back on live TV. But just imagine it, if you're driving, say, in a school zone and you're suddenly on the freeway, on the Autobahn, you know, with no speed limits. That's a little like, actually, yeah, not even that sort of describes how big a change this has been. So 2 months ago, I was a number. That's how anonymous I was. Nobody knew my name. I didn't get any news. I didn't have any technology. And, you know, today I got my work pass for this building. And, you know, I used to have the officers, they have to do the little beep thing to open these, you know, like 5-inch thick or however many inch thick steel walls to take me anywhere, blindfolded. And here I am talking to you and in front of millions on TV. It's so thrilling.
Well, it is thrilling.
And I'm very happy.
It's thrilling for us as well, I can tell you that much. And it's a huge adjustment. I think the school zone to Autobahn is a great analogy, and it gives us an idea of just what a whirlwind the last couple of years have been. But what is the adjustment like for you? I don't want to be too intrusive on your life, but how has the adjustment been? Has it been easier in some aspects, a lot harder in others that you didn't expect?
Obviously, at first, I was on an emotional roller coaster. Using cutlery would make me cry. Standing in front of, you know, 50 different shampoos made me emotional. But then I got a little bit better at the emotional fluctuations, but it's still so wondrous to see nature. Yesterday I drove out to Wandam Valley just to breathe in gum trees, the fragrance. I mean, you know, it rains a lot in Melbourne, but I love the rain because I never felt it for 3 years. And for my children to see that you can, you know, as the song says, you can get knocked down and get up again. I remember when I was 18 and I was silly, I totaled my first car and I started driving the next day. And I guess that's how I roll. And I want my children to see that, to see strong, healthy, happy mum working. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're certainly building resilience in your kids because you're the epitome of that, Lei. I wonder what your reflections are on journalism and the news. You know, the roller coaster doesn't quite cut it, but in a way, it's journalism and news that set you free.
Well, of course. Thank you to all my peers out there who kept the story alive, who kept advocating for my release, who kept pushing for more transparency. And that's a part of why I'm back. I want to give back. I want to help others who might also be arbitrarily detained. And I want to keep telling people what's happening, because for a long time I couldn't do that. And I guess I tried to help my cellmates by telling them tidbits from the consular visits. And journalism is not a sin. I shouldn't feel guilty for having a voice, for expressing myself. And I guess that's been the biggest transition, Laura, that instead of this omnipresent suppression or even self-repression, I am now feeling entitled to have a voice, for everyone to have a voice and to use it and have rational debates and hopefully make things better. And the whole China story isn't going away. So, and I don't want to be typecast as the person who was detained. I want to move on. I want to still look at the China-Australia relationship and let's inject some rationality, objectivity into all of our reporting.
Lei, we would never typecast you. We would not dare. We're so excited to have you on board the team. And I was just sitting here reflecting about, you know, news and the absence of it that you had for 3 years. You'd get tidbits, as you said, from the embassy. But once you did come home to Australia, I'm sure you were reading voraciously, trying to catch up on the last couple of years. Is there a story that you came to know after the last 3 years that you thought, oh, wow, no one told me that happened?
Well, it's more like finding out what exactly happened rather than the headlines themselves, and to know, the power plays in the Australian political landscape, to know what people did or didn't do. That's been interesting. And I was saddened that one of the most admirable men I've ever interviewed, Don Walsh, passed away a month after I was released. And when I found out a few days ago, I was kicking myself that I didn't reach out in time. And because he had such integrity, he was one of the world's best explorers. And that just goes to show how fleeting everything is and how we should do things that we want to do as soon as we think of them. But I'm so glad that my kids still have a bit of their childhood left, and Sky has seen that I still have value, that I can still make a contribution, and I can be here talking to you. I'm very blessed. And I've had friends help me. The team at Sky has been so supportive and sensitive. And sometimes I even want to say, give me feedback. It's okay. You can be blunt. You can tell me when I'm stuffing up. But, and the kindness of strangers, it just makes me, yes, I know we do still have a lot of divisions in society, but in general, compared to where I've been, I just see so much goodness, truth, and beauty. And so much for no more emotional roller coasters.
Oh, no.
I just tear up because the contrast is so staggering.
And it is actually just so beautiful to hear you speak, the optimism, given what you've been through. And I think you're a brilliant reminder, a brilliant journalist, and we are so happy to have you on board, Lei, I've got to say. Looking forward to being in the same room. I know Annalise Nielsen, you could almost tempt her home from Washington now that you're in Melbourne. Not quite, but at least we're under the same umbrella. We really look forward to seeing your work. Thanks so much.
It really is like a big family here. I look forward to working with you, Laura. Thank you.
Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. We'll see you soon.